We begin tonight with the U.S. and Iran on the brink, and the president alerting Congress tonight the U.S. will respond with force if Iran retaliates for the drone strike that killed top Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani.
Just missile program, an experienced army. If the U.S. engages in a military clash with Iran, it could be costly.
This will not be like our actions in Iraq, in Afghanistan, or in Syria. This is a conflict on an entirely different scale with a highly sophisticated, well-trained, and well-armed adversary.
An adversary that would almost certainly turn to guerrilla tactics early on. Military analysts say Iran could stage attacks such as those last year on tankers in the Strait of Hormuz and Saudi oil fields. The U.S. blamed Iran for those hits. Iran denied it, but world oil markets were briefly rocked nonetheless, and bigger attacks could undeniably create larger shocks. Or Iran could call on its many allies in the region to carry its fight against America. Shia militias, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis, groups that could use Iranian intelligence, logistics, weapons, and more to launch terror strikes on U.S. allies, embassies, military bases, American officials, or even private citizens abroad or at home.
There is a network of Iranian elements within the United States that the FBI is watching.
In terms of sheer firepower, Iran is no match for the U.S., which has more warships, planes, helicopters, tanks, and active troops.
They know that if we go all the way up the escalation ladder, our capabilities, our Air Force, our naval capabilities will destroy theirs. They're much happier playing at a lower level, sort of the asymmetric level.
But when and how and aimed at which targets? All we know for sure is that the Iranians are promising a response to the killing of that top-level military leader.
There may be, I don't know.
But you don't know, you haven't heard of it. What makes a nuclear bomb had-on and long-range missiles not had-on?
Long-range missiles, you hit the places that you wish to hit. But nuclear bomb, as it was used in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, inflicted harm on innocent people. 200,000 lives were evaporated in matters of seconds.
Mr. Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, he was your colleague, one of Iran's leading scientists. He was assassinated. Does it make you question Iran's security structure? Like, how could this happen on your soil?
This is not a very complicated issue. If you want to kill somebody, they can always hire some people to kill somebody. And
your government accuse Israel of carrying out the assassination?
Certainly it is Israel, yes, with the support of the United States.
Something they both deny or haven't commented on. Do you worry about your own safety?
I don't worry about it because we believe in destiny. Destiny is in the hands of God. Eventually we have to die, sooner or later. Okay, you die as a martyr, so much the better.
Shalom, all praises, glory, honor, fear to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakwadash. That belongs to elders and apostles, great millstone. Citate you like real lively stones, the true house of David. You few men that's left, and you got some breaking news. I got hit by a brother, and we're in some immaculate times. And though it may seem like nothing's happening, really behind closed doors and behind the scenes, it's going down, man. Like, this war with Iran is really heating up, and a lot of things being revealed. So, got this article here. It says U.S. will strike, quote, at a time and place of our choosing, which is not really their choosing. It's the Lord that is mustering the host of the battle. He's in control of the time and the choosing. Not you Edomites, not no kingdom. The Lord rules in the kingdom of men. It says after rocket attacks on bases in Iraq, Defense Secretary Austin says. So these are all wars, rumors of wars, and it's going to equivalent to a full-blown nuclear hypersonic ICBM missiles, World War III. You also have There's an RT says, watch Israeli jets escort American B-52 bombers in apparent show of force to Iran. And I was gonna do a video on this video I seen. Was watching earlier of this guy talking about how, like, you know, this New World Order, they're you know, taking down truthers, and you know, I went to go like record some of the video and the content, which, you know, he made some good points, and then boom, the video was down. So, you know, we don't got much more time here, and it's not gonna be no more of like, oh, they're gonna strike down a video. Pretty soon they're gonna start striking down people, man. They're gonna start coming down with great wrath and trying to kill men that have truth or believe in the truth. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna get worse than Nazi Germany, man, in World War II out here in America, man. You thought this was the land of the free? You about to see otherwise, man. But yeah, so you have Israeli B-52 bombers. They do a show of force to Iran in the Middle East. It says, just like the IDF, which is the Israeli Defense Force, the U.S. military also did not mention Iran directly, but said the flyover was performed to deter aggression and reassure allies of the U.S. commitment to security in the region. See, when they say peace and security and safety, then what comes to destruction? And it's a reason why they're not being direct with Iran, because really they know what it consists of. They know what time it is. They know what's going to happen. Iran is Persia, man, and Gog and Magog, Russia is going to be a guard unto them, and it's going to get really hectic. Now, what you also have in the news, I'm just going to bring out these couple articles just so show you how close you are, so you better hold fast. You have China. Let me get this as well. China is becoming more and more geared up and ready for war. You know, let me see here. Right, so here it is right here. This is yep, right here. This is from Zero Hedge. It says, Z alerts military, quote, be prepared to respond in current, quote, unstable and uncertain situation. It says he addresses top leaders of the People's Liberation Army, telling the military it must be prepared to respond in increasingly difficult and complex security challenges facing the nation. You see, security. And this is all the Lord's doing. It says, quote, the current security situation of our country is largely unstable and uncertain. And there's been a lot of weird stuff happening with my phone and just, you know, in general, with just people. Like, you got this other article I checked out, and they reported that breaking news, all right, it says hackers breached security camera company Verkada, gaining access to 150,000 surveillance cameras, Bloomberg. So, you know, this is basically the best, you could say, excuse for them to be like, oh, see, nothing is safe anymore. We need to close the banks and close the, you know, your apps and all that, and we have to do a whole restart. And what's it gonna be? It's gonna be that vaccine and that RFID, that mark of the beast, man. You see? And if you don't succumb to that, and if you don't bow down and allow that, then guess what? What's gonna happen to you? You're gonna be ostracized. You're gonna be thrown out. You're gonna be killed. So a lot of, you know what I'm saying? This is what it's coming down to, man. Lord, Master. And you also have Russia in the news with China, how they're they're basically coming together against the West. Which who's the main key player in the West? America, man. Isaiah 13:4, the noise. See, this is all noise. This is all, that word noise is a sound, which when you go to Jeremiah 50:22, it says there's a sound of battle and of great destruction in the land. It says sound, especially one that is loud or unpleasant or that causes disturbance. You see that? And it's every too, because China, they said there's a lot of uncertainty, which when you go to Corinthians, all right, the scripture talk about how he that blows a trumpet uncertainly doesn't get the people right. Matter of fact, let's go there. Let's head over there. I love this precept because it cuts all that bullshit. A lot of guys they sound the trumpet like it's a trumpet for a freaking feast, like it's a trumpet for a party. Nah, this is a trumpet for war. 1 Corinthians 14:8. For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? It's a war every day, man. It's a war going on outside. There's a war going on, man. Already it's spiritual, but it's about to blow out into freaking nuclear, man. So it's supposed to give a certain sound, not an uncertain sound. Like, oh, it might happen. No, it is gonna happen, man. Hell out of here with all that unbelief and So let's go back here. Isaiah 13:4. The noise. Right, look at that definition of noise. It's usually an unpleasant one, that causes to disturbance. The noise of a multitude in the mountains are the governments, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise. We're gonna get that word for tumultuous. Noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the hosts of the battle. So this is what Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah is doing, and we love it, man. I mean, every time I see something that's geared towards the end of this world, I get excited. I leap for joy. I can't hold back my joy that I have for these signs. So let's get that word for tumultuous. It's a tumultuous noise as well. Hebrew word here is sha'awan, meaning uproar. Oof. Roar of water, which water is symbolic of the nations too. When you read in Revelation 17, it says of a great crowd of men, right? Tumultuous soldiers, devastation, destruction. You see that? The pit of destruction, and that's what's being digged right now. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9 says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right, allow this to happen, man, because this is the will of the Lord. Talks about his arrows, how they're sharp, and they're gonna go into the persecutors, man. Psalms 45 and verse 4 says, and in thy majesty ride prosperously because of truth and meekness and righteousness, and thy right hand shall teach thee terrible things. Thine arrows are sharp in the heart of the king's enemies. It's very sharp in their mind. whereby the people fall under thee. See, so the people are going to fall under the Lord and his little ones, his saints. Psalm 17 and verse 1. This is a prayer for protection against oppressors, which we're getting oppressed, man, and it's just going to increase. Like Scripture say, that wickedness shall increase above that which thou now hast seen, or have seen before. This is Psalm 17. Hear the right, O Lord, attend unto my cry, which we're crying out. We're not holding back our sword from blood. We're crying aloud, we're sparing none, showing our people their sins, their transgressions, and we're not holding our peace. We're giving the Lord no rest. Give ear unto my prayer, that goeth out not out of feigned lips, right? So our prayer is not going out of fake lips. Our lips are true. Like Paul said, I'd say the truth in Yahushua, I lie not. You know, and there's nothing you can do against truth before the truth. It doesn't matter what happens, man, in the near future. If the Lord's with you, who can be against you? And anything that the Lord puts you through is just going to make you stronger, more powerful. See, they cannot destroy the elect. They cannot deceive the elect. He that hath clean hands shall become stronger and stronger. Psalm 17 and 2. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Right? Balance. A just balance is a delight to the Lord. Equal, right? Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night, which we're in the night right now. And we're in the visitation of souls. Thou hast tried me, this is all tests, and shall find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. See, in the flesh, yeah, you're going to see transgression, of course. But it's all about what you're saying, your spirit. Because by your words, you'll be justified. By your words, you'll be condemned. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Let me read that again. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. Says verse 7, show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand them that put their trust in thee, from those that rise up against them. You see, so the Lord's going to save us from all these heathens and wicked, and even our own people that rise up against us. Psalms 94 and verse 17. Unless Yahweh had been mine help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. You see, and what the Lord saying in Isaiah 62 and 6. Yea, that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. You see, when I said my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. See that? So the Lord's holding us up, and he's preserving us, and he's strengthening us, and he's keeping the feet of his saints from falling, man, or falling into traps, or being destroyed. Psalms 119 and 116. Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. Hold thou me up, and I shall be safe, and I will have respect unto thy statutes continually. Thou hast trodden down all them that err from thy statutes, for their deceit is falsehood. Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I love thy testimonies, right? And with us getting persecuted, and what they want, they're trying to do, what they're not going to succeed is they're trying to take away the daily sacrifice, one, and they're trying to discourage us, act like what we're doing is insignificant or in vain, but really it's not. So you can have 1,000 subscribers and thousands of likes and love and everyone commenting on you, but you're doing the work of the Lord in vain, you see? So it's not about that, man. Jeremiah 10 and verse 23, O Lord, verse 21, it says, for the pastors are become brutish. Yeah, and a lot of guys are just doing it to be seen of men. They're not doing this to be seen of the Lord. And when you go to Corinthians, like we brought out last night on the Raw, the things that are not seen are eternal. So if you're not seen, if you're hidden, if you're like, you know, canceled culture in the society, then you're on the right path, my man. You're in the right place. Jeremiah 10:21, for the pastors are become brutish and have not sought the Lord, therefore they shall not prosper, and all their flock shall be scattered. Behold, the noise of the brute is come, and a great commotion out of the north country, to make the cities of Judah desolate, and a den of dragons. O Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself, it is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. O Lord, correct me, but with judgment, not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing. So Lord, he's chastising us, but he's not giving us over unto death. So we're not, and also so we won't be condemned with the world, the second death. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For I have eaten up Jacob, and devoured him, and consumed him, and have made his habitation desolate. Now let's get that precept in Psalms. Psalms 118 and verse 16 says, the right hand of the Lord is exalted, the right hand of the Lord doeth valiantly. And the Lord talked about Israel, right? The elect, they're gonna do valiantly in the last days. It says, I shall not die but live. I shall not die but live, and declare the works of Yahweh, right? So we're declaring the works of the Lord, and the works of the Lord are what? Are done in secret. The work, most of the Lord's work is hidden. And this is what the Lord told you about in Revelation 2. He's going to give you the hidden manna. The Lord hath chastened me sore, but he hath not given me over unto death. You see that? And when you go to Job, the Lord gave him over to Satan, but he did not. He said, do what you want to do. Take his money, take his family, take his health, his body, right? Take away his clothes, but you cannot do one thing, as that is take his life away. You cannot do that. Job 34 and verse 5 says, verse 4 says, let us choose to us judgment, let us know among ourselves what is good. For Job hath said, I am righteous, and God hath taken away my judgment. Shall I lie against my right? My wound is incurable without transgression. What man is like Job, who drinketh up scorning like water, which goeth in company with the workers of iniquity, and walketh with wicked men? So righteous men, even Yahweh, look at the most prime and perfect example as Yahweh Shai. He was numbered amongst transgressors. He was a criminal. Same thing with a righteous, perfect, upright men as Job and other prophets. You see, they was amongst the scum of the earth, but they was diamonds in the rough. You see what I'm saying? And that's the elect, bro. And read that again, Job 34 and verse 8, which goeth in company with the workers of iniquity, and walketh with wicked men. You see? Now I'm gonna get that word for scorning, because that's what Job was drinking down like water, man. You drink water, you drink it like every day. Stay hydrated. That word scorning is mocking, derision, stammering, derision, right? And that's what we're going through. We're being ridiculed, we're being mocked. That's what they did to the prophets every day, man. In every way, making fun of someone or something in a cruel way, right? And that's what the Lord has to deliver us from, man. The cruel, the ones that hit us with cruel hatred, man. Proverbs 11:17, the merciful man doeth good to his own soul, but he that is cruel troubleth his own flesh, right? So, if you show mercy, you're going to obtain mercy, man. But if you don't If you're wicked to others, guess what? It's going to come right back around on you. You reap what you sow. Psalm 25 and 19. Consider mine enemies, for they are many, and they hate me with cruel hatred. Right. Now going to how there was Israel's going to do valiantly. This is Numbers 24 and verse 17. Says, this is a prophecy, says, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. It wasn't that time yet. But now we're coming into that time where every eye shall see him, every eye shall see him, even those that pierced him. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession. This is what's going to happen. You cannot sugarcoat this or act like it's not going to happen or take away from the prophecies, man. This is what's going to happen. They shall be a possession. They're going to be servants. They're going to be slaves, from the least to the greatest of them. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. Who's Esau and Seir's enemies? Israel, primarily. And Israel shall do valiantly, right? So we're gonna do valiantly, man. You know, and when you try to hide a candle, or you try to put it in a closet or something like that, or lock it away, guess what that candle's gonna do? It's gonna shine brighter and brighter. It's gonna burn down the whole house. You see? This is Isaiah 13 and 4. Alright. Verse 5, it says, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land, right? So like all these proud heathens, they really act like, oh, this is my weapon, this is our military weaponry. Really, it's the Lord's. That's the Lord's army, man. He's opening it up on all y'all, man, all y'all heathens. This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 24. It says, I have laid a snare for thee. So see, like, they're trying to lay snares and traps for the Israelites and all of us in the truth. But they're gonna fall into their own snare. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. They ain't even realizing it, man, what the Lord's doing. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Yahweh hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. See, it says his indignation. Those are his weapons. For this is the work of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, of hosts and land of Chaldeans, right? And this is all Jeremiah prophesying about this Babylon, the great, the mystery. And now it's being revealed in these last days, these last moments. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left, right? You see, so nothing's going to be left, man. You know, so I just want to bring that out real quick. There's a lot of things happening. Keep your eyes on the prize, man. Our redemption draws nigh. All praises, glory, on Fidi, out Bashim, out Shai, Bashim, Kakwadash. You warriors, stay strong. Don't let nothing get you down, man. The Lord's elevating us, man. It's only up. Positive. Baba Ball, Shalom.